Hi, Internet.
Hello.
It's Penelope and Andrew.
The 4-point fam.
Yeah, we're doing a Friday with Andrew. A little bit late.
Just like last time, it was Friday with Andrew on Thursday or whatever.
Yeah. So this is going to be for the week ending. What was last week?
I think it was the 3rd, the week of the 3rd.
Yes,
of comics.
that sounds 3rd. Yeah, the week of the 3rd.
The week of the 3rd of comics. Yeah.
So Andrew's going to talk about his favorite comics from last week.
From last week, and then Friday's going to be a regular schedule of Friday with Andrew.
All right, see you, Penelope.
Bye, guys!
Bye, guys!
One of the other 4-point fam just left.
Yes.
So,
all right, Andrew, talk to me about comics.
Well,
what have we got?
So, this is the Penelope, the first of 2018. And I'm starting 2018 right. I unintentionally had this, like, pink color scheme going across the board.
We got Snagglepuss.
Yeah, we got Snagglepuss Chronicles, Rogue and Gambit #1, and Transformers Visionaries #1.
Nice.
So, now we're going to start off with Transformers and Visionaries #1. Very appropriate for, what's the tagline? We're the home of nostalgia or something?
We are.
We're
we're many things.
From retro to right now or something, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that's our set. So I think it's appropriate to start with Transformers Visionaries. TM. Transformers versus Visionaries. Bye, 4-point fam.
Tell them just to call me tomorrow.
Okay.
Okay, we got some great Megazords in, and we want to go over them.
Yeah, here we go.
Right?
Nice.
Ooh,
bye,
taste
Frank.
of things to come.
Bye, Andrew.
Bye, Frank.
See you Friday.
Bye.
Yeah, see you Friday. So, Transformers versus Visionaries.
Yes, talk to me about this.
The latest installment
I'm gonna
of the
pull this bag out.
IDW Hasbro universe. It really needs a better name. Combining Visionaries into the fold, who haven't been present so far. Visionaries, for people who don't know, where it was an 80s property.
Yes.
About, like, a post-apocalyptic... It basically did the magic dominates a post-apocalyptic world before Adventure Time.
Ooh.
Do you not know... Or you know about Visionaries, right? Or
I am familiar with Visionaries, yes.
Okay, yeah. Okay, so, yeah, great. Sorry, I wasn't sure if that was, like, a real-time...
I am.
Yeah.
But our viewership may not
That
be.
was for the audience.
Yes.
All right, great. So for you guys who are unaware, it was super cool because they had little, like, tampos with, like, holographic imagery on it. Because the idea was, in a society where technology had failed, magic once again becomes supreme.
Yes.
So, like I've talked before about the IDW Hasbro universe, they like to like have each franchise fill out a niche. Visionaries is the sword, sorcery, Game of Thrones like corner of the Hasbro IDW universe. So here we have the all of the Spectral Knights and the Darkling Lords, the Visionaries.
Let's try to zoom in on that a little bit. Oh, okay.
And another interesting thing about this title is it's coming right off the heels of two big events. The First Strike event, which was the big event for the entire universe last year, and Transformers versus ROM. Because it really seems like since Transformers is one of the tentpole, like, mainstream franchises, they really like putting, like, those a little bit, like, lesser-known franchises, sorry, Visionary and ROM fans,
you're a ROM fan yourself, so.
After this, I'm a Visionary fan. Yeah, so they really like to pair them with Transformers to help people, to try and latch on who wouldn't otherwise known. And this is already in second printing. Wow. So it seems to be working.
And that cover, let's just take a look at the cover there.
Yes, so that is Verunli, how do I say her name? Verunlia?
That is just a cool looking cover.
Verulina. She's a member of the Darkling Lords. In the cartoon, she was a reporter before everything fell into darkness.
Because the girls are always reporters for some reason.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what Galadriel was. But,
a report? No, I'm kidding.
Was she also a reporter?
No, I don't know. I'm kidding.
They were for rival networks. No, but yeah. So, something that's really, really cool, since this is, one half of this is Transformers and it is modern day in the IDW Hasbro universe. Okay. Something about the Transformers status quo, the Civil War has ended real time, like, 6 years now. In the comics, there has not been a Transformers Civil War for 6 years. Wow. So everything has been about reconstruction and someone trying to start the war up again. Huh. And, is it gonna... Yeah, that wasn't a sentence.
But I understood you.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, it was, I mimed it. Yeah, like characters like Galvatron will say, like, I'm gonna remake the Decepticons, and he's trying to reignite the war. Or, like, characters like the Junkions are being made more antagonistic. Okay. But yeah, it's basically, like, Cybertronians now as opposed to Autobots and Decepticons, even though they also kind of still exist. Okay. It's been really, really cool, and there's been a lot of great larger war themes.
Yeah. So yeah, talk to me about this specific book a little more.
That's what I was getting to. So the idea is the Visionaries are in a similar time of peace with each other. And they actually, what's his name? Darkstorm, the main bad guy.
I honestly don't remember.
I think it's they have a statue. They have a choice. They have a really cool. He's got like a baller dictator statue in one. Yeah, yeah, it's there. He's absent because and Verulinia, or however you say her name, is I don't know how to.
It's fine. Just go.
She's the new Darkling Lord.
Okay.
They're led by a lady now.
Yeah, nice.
2018, guys.
Yeah.
And the Visionaries are really trying to put aside their differences because their world has become even less than tenable than it already was. So they're trying to conquer Cybertron, or at least that's what the Darkling Lords want. The Spectral Knights, the good guys, are a little bit less. Oh, by the way, there's Leoric. They also did like Matt Tracker. Leoric is now a person of color, a man of color, and
cool.
a very handsome one at that.
He is pretty handsome. I like that Hasbro properties and these books, the IDW books, are more inclusive.
Yes.
I'm really liking that about all their properties that they're doing.
I adore it so much. I'm waiting to find out which Visionary is gay.
There's got to be, right?
There's got to be. Well, yeah. Who's that's Sindor? I think. Is that
a midriff he's wearing? What is he? Oh no,
that's like an armor piece. Yeah. So it's basically the Visionaries are kind of like in a refugee situation, trying to come to Cybertron with the Cybertronians not sure if they should trust them, and the Visionaries, half of the Visionaries really wanting to make peace, and the other Visionaries, the Darkling Lords, trying to start something up.
Okay.
So there's a lot of interesting stuff. This is admittedly in issue 1.
Yeah.
So not too much happens. It's more setup.
Yeah. Establishing the world, etc., etc.
Or it really, half of the world is established, so it's more about integrating. And I really, really do like the idea that there was a separate conflict that we haven't seen. It kind of makes it would have been kind of unbalanced since there have been 10 years of Transformer comics at IDW, for like the Visionaries to come in like as a new thing,
just appear out of nowhere.
Yeah. So like the idea that there's a history that we haven't seen is really, really cool. I'm about to go to the next one because I spent too much time on this. But really, really quick, a warning to classic Visionary fans: there is a bigger change than race bending. They have dramatically changed the character of Merklin. So, people who do not know, Merklin was kind of like, he was like the sorcerer who I think he gave all the Visionaries their powers. Yeah. He at the very least was like the mentor to the good Visionaries. Yeah. They've kind of changed him a little bit. I all this morning I was trying to think of the Game of Thrones guy to compare him to. Mm-hmm. He's either a Various or a Littlefinger. Okay. But either way, someone who grew up with Visionaries and having this very like mentor, like sweet vision of Merklin. Yeah. Like he looks like the Joker in this panel. That's Merklin.
Yeah, he's looking a little mean there.
He's looking a little
creepy.
Little creepy. And it's also they also make the change. I think in the original Visionaries, society just collapsed. In this one, Merklin explicitly caused the apocalypse so that it would go back to magic.
So he's a very Ozymandias kind of...
Yeah. Okay. That's a much better one than the ones I had. So
I like it.
Well, no, I think it's really interesting. And it's got a lot of opportunity for, like, interesting stories. Yeah. But someone who grew up with Visionaries might not like that. Yes. So that's a warning to people who are afraid of a childhood ruin moment.
All right. Good warning.
I think it's interesting. Yeah. All right. Do we have any viewers, by the way?
Any who now?
Any viewers?
3.
Oh, super. So, so Visionaries Transformers, the first installment, if for you people who might want to wait for, I'm sure a trade's going to come out. It's 5 issues. If you want to get on the ground floor, we can. We can't get you first print copies of #1 anymore.
Ask us about our subscription service.
We can get you second printing #1 and first printing of the other issues. But you gotta get on the ground floor because apparently this is pretty hot. This is pretty hot.
All right, Andrew, you've got about 15 minutes.
Fantastic. All right, great. So we're gonna rush. So, we've been constantly talking about since I started the segment like 5 weeks ago or whatever. Yes. Marvel has not come to play. Yes. Marvel has come to play. Dun, dun, dun. Marvel is finally on the roll.
Rogue and Gambit.
Rogue and Gambit, #1.
I've got to say, 2 of the most attractive X-Men in my opinion.
A lot of people's OTP.
I am a big fan of Wolverine myself. Is there some kissing there?
There's almost kissing.
Almost kissing, guys. Almost kissing.
Almost kissing. Because again, she doesn't want to knock him out.
Well, yeah, if they kiss, then he's dead, basically, right?
First things first, I was just talking about, like, a bit of, what's the phrase? I guess continuity heresy, I guess?
Okay, yeah, I like that.
Before with the Visionaries?
Yeah.
This is, like, a continuity darling. If you have been a fan of Rogue and Gambit, look, basically it's, like, that's a little, like,
Whoa, what's going on there?
Well, the idea is that they're a hot mess relationship-wise. But these are, like, all actual moments from past comics.
That's cool.
Of Rogue and Gambit. So the idea is that the X-Men need an undercover couple for a mutant couples retreat location where people have been going missing.
So it's Exit to Eden, but instead of Rosie O'Donnell,
it's
Rogue and Gambit.
That's a great way to pitch this.
Oh my god, are you joking?
It's a little bit different though. So it's a little bit. There's a bit of a twist.
No BDSM.
There's no BDSM.
Okay.
There's a reason. The reason Rogue and Gambit were chosen. There are on-site telepaths at the restaurant, at the resort.
Okay.
Yeah, the resort. So they would be able to tell if someone wasn't a couple, if they didn't have memories of each other.
Got it.
Rogue and Gambit have a huge history together.
Legitimate history.
So if a telepath would get like a vagrant memory,
yes,
they would be able to realize they were, and their hostility to each other could just be read as a couple on the rocks.
Yeah.
So that's why.
Okay.
It's a great setup already.
Exit to Eden with Rogue and Gambit. I'm
sold.
Exit to Eden,
Rogue and Gambit.
I'm sold.
And it's a little bit more than that because Rogue and Gambit have been often on the rocks really since the concept of them being a couple was a thing.
Yeah.
And Kelly Thompson, the writer of this, is a huge Rogue and Gambit shipper.
Okay.
She loves them.
Yeah.
She said like 12-year-old Kelly Thompson's favorite comic moments were all Rogue and Gambit related. And so, like I said, there's, like, great continuity hits, and there's an amazing, it's become a meme passage in this, of Rogue and Gambit fighting, and Gambit saying all the times he's been called about Rogue dating and kissing someone else, and she says likewise, and he brings up, she's kissed Deadpool recently.
What?
She's kissed in Uncanny Avengers, I think.
So when she kisses somebody, what happens?
Well, okay, we just think Deadpool has a healing factor.
Oh.
So he heals more than he's hurt.
Oh.
So it neutrals out that way.
Oh.
Rogue's power is
that can be very.
She's an energy vampire.
Yes.
So she soaks up your life force, but if you have a superpower, she also soaks up your power.
Okay.
Part of that's been neutralized over the year, where she can effectively like touch someone. Essentially, she's back to square one in this point in continuity.
Okay.
So that's her whole thing. Remy, Gambit, we can't touch each other.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, that never stopped us before.
Yeah.
That's my Cajun accent.
That's your Cajun accent.
Yeah. And a great line is him talking about how can you kiss someone without a face. I'm going to read this verbatim because it's too good. And I'll have you know, face or no, he's a fantastic kisser. Maybe not having a face makes people, I don't know, try harder. Maybe people as pretty of you have it too easy. And then Gambit is stunned.
Stunned.
He is stunned. Because that is a burn on the level of Pyro.
Yes.
For you X-Men fans.
Oh, da-dum-dum.
So it's Kelly Thompson. She's a funny, creative, great writer. She's a fan of the source material. And this book is fucking hilarious. And it's sweet, and I'm really, really excited. Another #1, another 5-issue miniseries. So if you guys want to wait for a trade, or if you want to get on the ground floor, I'm pretty sure this is also heading to second printing.
So again, subscribe
if you want to get your book.
Yes.
And if not, you're in my opinion, you're missing out of a great fun read, and certainly what I think is one of the best of the first week of 2018.
Nice. So I forgot to ask you about your Transformers versus Visionaries. Out of 10.
Oh, okay, yeah,
Transformers
we're still doing
Visionary?
that.
Yeah, why not?
High 7.
All right, high 7. How about Rogue and Gambit? 9.
Yep.
Ooh, all right.
All right. Now, before we start anything, 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10 on Snagglepuss.
Oh my God.
I'm gonna come and sit next to you for this because this is gonna be a big one. This is gonna be a big one.
Talk about an emotional read. So, this is part of the DC. Once again, DC domination continues.
Yeah.
They have never not been on the show.
There's never been a single issue of this Fridays with Andrew that has not had
DC Comics
in it.
It's incredible. I think the content they're putting out is incredible. I really got to give it props.
Okay.
That being said, they've been doing this Hanna-Barbera line that I've been following since its inception in some form or another. The concept being, take a classic Hanna-Barbera. For people who don't know, Hanna-Barbera is a very prolific television animation studio. From, I think that it rose in the late 50s, early 60s.
It's been around forever. Think Looney Tunes, same general idea.
Yeah, exactly.
The Flintstones are Hanna-Barbera.
Yep, Tom and Jerry, Scooby-Doo, Jetsons, Snagglepuss, Yogi Bear, huge staple of characters.
Huckleberry Hound.
He's in this too.
Yeah.
This actually is one of my favorite lines ever in a comic. We'll get to it.
Okay.
The idea is take a classic Hanna-Barbera character. And what would you do, what would you change to make that character have an adult audience? So for like Wacky Races, they did a Wacky Races. They made Wacky Races in the style of Mad Max.
Which I'm down with. Yeah, that sounds awesome.
I can lend you those issues. They made Flintstones into like a real comedy drama.
Wow.
Like Fred Flintstone has PTSD.
What?
Yeah.
Wow.
Like, as a they talk about veteran issues.
Wow.
And like veterans, getting shit construction jobs.
Yeah. Wow. So they are really going heavy and making these much more serious and adult themes.
Either serious or go totally adult with the humor.
Yeah.
It's just make it mature.
Yes.
These are not kid books, and they're not intended to be kid books.
So basically, people that watch these cartoons as kids who are now adults are reading these comics.
Exactly. That's who these audiences.
Yes.
So for Snagglepuss, I think it's Mark Russell, who was the same guy who did the Flintstones. He thought, well, why don't I make what was like stereotypical flamboyant voices of Snagglepuss and make it into a real gay drama set in 1953. And what fascinated him about that, and because, Snagglepuss would always use kind of theatrical expression.
Yes.
Exit stage left. So he thought, I'll set him in real life Broadway. And the line in an interview that sold me on this book is, what fascinated him about 1950s Broadway is how everyone was either gay or knew someone who was gay, and the idea of making a culture in secret. And he wanted to, like, express that in some way in comic form.
Okay.
And holy shit. Penelope, this is a fantastic read.
You have made me want to read this book.
This is fantastic. So the whole concept is, it's the height of the Cold War.
Okay.
Artists, writers, and theater folk are being slammed by the Committee of Un-American Activities.
I'm gonna go ahead and zoom in on the man-lion kissing.
Man-lion kissing, and also Quick Draw McGraw cameo. He is now a cop taking bribes from the gay bars.
Quick Draw, what happened to you?
Quick Draw, yeah.
Wow.
It's tough.
This is serious.
Yeah, oh my, well, okay. Sorry.
No spoilers, but...
Oh, no spoilers. Okay,
yeah.
No spoilers. Oh my god! I'm sorry, give me a minute to process. So...
Okay, maybe some light spoilers.
Light spoilers. Snagglepuss is living a closeted life with his boyfriend in the village, I think. Yeah. That's the Stonewall Bar. Again, this is meant to be a serious historical drama with anthropomorphized animals. So, he has a wife who's also his lead actress. You made the incredible... So, Penelope and I have been talking about this on social media.
Yes.
She said, if you're a beard for a gay man, but you're a lion, and he's a lion, are you at that point his main?
I need to know.
You're absolutely right, and I'm mad at you for making that up before I had a chance to think of that.
So I need to talk for a second. There are humans in this world as well as human-animal hybrid
Well,
people?
Okay, think about it. It was like that in the cartoons.
Okay.
And they would converse and talk, and it wasn't weird. So again, the same logic is applying.
Okay.
It's just the source material is being treated with a lot more seriousness.
Maturity, yes.
Yeah. Snagglepuss he's got a lot of inspirations. The biggest one, Mark Russell confirmed this, is Tennessee Williams, the real life Playboy. Yeah. So he is, I think he grew up in Mississippi in this. He is actually he's a Southern gentleman. He's very intellectual, very smart. He's not really like a comical, zany character. And he's just trying to get by, and he wants to be a writer and conform to this world that basically hates him. And
well, he's a bright pink gay lion man.
A bright pink gay lion man.
He is not meant for this place.
He's not meant for this place. But he should be, damn it.
And that's the whole point, I'm guessing, of the book, right?
It is such an, like, basically, like, we kind of, it's kind of interesting. His boyfriend is a Cuban immigrant.
Okay.
And his boyfriend is telling him about, like, the rise of like, the dictatorships there.
Yeah.
And how he shouldn't let basically they're seeing the House of Un-American Activities, trying to read out communism, trying to read out the enemy being just as vicious and just as destroying of people's lives as their enemies. And so Snagglepuss's boyfriend is really trying to tell him and trying to warn him and get more involved and stop this from happening, because Snagglepuss is it's hard to...
It is hard to take a comic called Snagglepuss about a pink lion seriously.
But it's got so much gravitas to it. And especially now, like, even though we're talking about something that's set in the 1950s, is based in 1950s logic and 1950s characters, there's still an era of relevance in today about someone who is trying to be a moderate in a situation where his very existence is at stake. And so
there's a lot of parallels to modern life in this book.
It's so, and again, going back.
Show me some more pages of this.
Huckleberry Hound is
stuff here.
First off, I gotta disagree with a design choice. Huckleberry's Hound his snout should be tan.
Okay.
They went for we also talked. They also don't have pants.
They're not wearing pants, which is kind of bothering me a little bit.
In the original source material, they did not wear pants. So
ladies are wearing skirts though.
There weren't that many Hanna-Barbera ladies.
I know, but they're not wearing pants.
They should be. I think they should. I mean,
especially because this is a mature drama and not a cartoon.
Also, especially because
them not wearing pants is a little bit troublesome.
The whole thing,
to me.
You think because they're talking about like really Puritan values and like it's like old prudish America. You'd think that they'd be adverse to even if they're okay with animal people, the animal people not wearing pants.
It doesn't make sense because if they're animal people, they still have stuff.
Do they? Okay, hold on.
Are we going to have this conversation on live
Yes, we
camera?
absolutely are. I have been examining that bulge.
Does a lion man have a lion penis or a man penis? This is what I need to know.
Yeah.
Inquiring
He's got
minds
lion
need to
hands
know.
and feet.
But there's literally nothing there. He's not wearing pants and there's nothing.
I think it's covered by fur.
I don't know how this works. I really don't know how this works. Who wrote this book?
Mark Russell.
Mark Russell, please let us know what kind of genitalia we're working with here.
Mark Russell, tell us know what Snagglepuss's penis looks like. Anyway, Huckleberry Hound is really appropriate. Huckleberry Hound is Snagglepuss's friend from hometown.
Yeah.
Who also become an artist. He's a novelist.
Okay, cool.
And it has my favorite. They go to a party in New York. I think it's upstate Gunningham. I think those are real people. Anyway, so this is a personal thing. I like to. I have a very theatrical soul.
Oh,
I like to act out the things I read, and sometimes act it out aloud. Sometimes it's in my head.
Did you act out the kissing of the lion part?
Well, you don't act that out. It's dialogue. All right, no. If I had someone around. Anyway, no. All right, I don't know what voice to give Snagglepuss.
Well, shouldn't he talk like he did in the cartoon?
But he's a Southern gentleman. So I don't know if he should have a Southern drawl. And
I've
tried to combine the voices.
Oh god.
And it just sounds weird. So more on that later.
Okay.
Anyway, this is my favorite line in
Where is it? I
want
to zoom in.
This is Huckleberry Hound novelist. That is I don't know why, that just makes me laugh.
It's just hilarious. It makes no sense. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. Also, the human lady is thirsty. Because she should have got another list. I should have brought more liquor. Also, Snagglepuss has so many great burns in this. He goes, they love new people. Heaven knows they're bored with themselves.
Oh,
about, the rich New York snobs.
Yeah, of course.
And then when he's getting interviewed about the play, apparently the play has been going on for very long. And so people are like, well, why aren't you going to have an extended... It's the last night of the play.
Oh, no.
And he goes, I think it should go away. A play that overstays its welcome starts to feel like an ant sleeping on your couch. So,
now, does he mean ant like A-N-T or A-U-N-T?
A-U-N-t.
Okay,
maybe it's
I get that.
A-N-T-A-U-N-t.
An ant-ant?
An ant-ant. Or an at-at. Anyway,
is it A-T-A-T or at-at?
I don't know. Also, baby Snagglepuss is adorable. And those are the racist, sexist, hicks in the, next to him. So, that's nice.
Racist, sexist, dog
Because
men.
he said that, the Algonquin Round Table, which again, real people. There are real people in these books.
So it's combining the real world with
Snagglepuss
world.
Yeah, 10 out of 10. It's an incredible first issue. I really think we're about to talk about something else in a minute. I think that this is going to be one of the hits of 2018, and it's already and it's just January.
Is it an ongoing title, or is it...
So the way these books work is they're ongoing.
Yeah.
But what they'll do is they'll have seasons.
Okay.
Where basically they'll do a run, and then they'll wait, and then they'll do another run.
Okay, so is it a self-contained story,
yes.
in each little season?
There's not a larger continuity. Jim Lee, we all know who Jim Lee is, right?
Of course.
Yeah, this is a comic store. Jim Lee said that in his mind, he has an idea of a Hanna-Barbera multiverse. But the books have not reflected that. That seems to be Jim Lee's headcanon.
Okay.
Which is weird when you run a publishing company and you have your own
canon, yeah.
Yeah, but I'm at whatever. So this is incredible. I if it's not the single issue, I highly recommend when the trade comes out to buy this book. Frankly, I think this might get taught in colleges someday. No, I'm serious.
Teached?
Well,
ask about our subscription service.
Ask about our subscription service.
Do you mean taught in colleges?
Taught.
Okay.
Oh my god, I'm so sorry.
You're so excited by this book.
I'm so
you can't speak English words.
I've been snaggled.
I am so flustered by Snagglepuss. That is my quote of the day.
Fantastic. So that was the pick of the week for the 3rd of January 2018.
Last week, yes.
Last week,
yes.
It was a great week, and it was a great start. So before we leave, now everyone's like...
10 out of 10. 10 out of 10
10 out
on
of 10
that.
for Snagglepuss.
Alrighty. What have you got here?
I'm still a little flustered.
You got a whole bag of stuff there. What is all that?
So, alright, I'm going to do this. So,
okay.
Spoilers.
Okay, spoilers.
So, Penelope said that the Farpoint fam, I'm just going to roll with that.
Okay,
now.
go for it.
We were going to, in general, do like a year-end thing. And then
it's still happening at some point.
It's still going to happen,
yeah.
like where we talk about like our favorite TV shows and movies and yada, yada, yada.
From 2017.
For 2017. And she told me, maybe pick out some of your favorite comic books. And I got a little crazy.
A little crazy.
I got a little crazy. I had 13 categories.
It was 11 last time we talked about this.
It was. 2 more have been added. 13 categories.
Andrew, you're nothing but not thorough. If not thorough, yes.
Because Penelope didn't know it. She sent me on a wild journey of reflection.
I had no idea I was doing this to you.
I know. I'm just that kind of guy. I really thought about like everything I read and everything I enjoyed and like how it reflected me personally and professionally and all the events that happened in my... I think I was having an existential crisis at 22. Anyway.
It can happen at any time, Andrew.
Oh, okay, there you go. So...
Ask Snagglepuss.
I asked... Well, his case is a little bit different. I don't think there's nothing existential about homophobia, Penelope. I just brought it down.
Brought it down a notch.
All right. But with that sense of reverence,
yes,
I'm going to talk about... I've created 13 categories.
13 categories.
Of various best-ofs of comics.
Yes.
We are still been picking out a name. I started out calling them the superlatives. Penelope really liked... I called it like the Oscars, and so we might be calling these the Andrews.
I like that. Let's call them the Andrews.
I feel that's egotistical.
It is. I can't think of anything else though. I like it.
Yeah, and like the Oscars, we're gonna save like the very they always like to start off with like some of the I don't want to say smaller awards.
Yeah, no, I know what you mean.
Yeah, exactly. They save best director and best film for the end.
You have about 2 minutes, just so you know.
Great. So, all right, great. So we're gonna start off simple, and I'm gonna talk about. So here's best original graphic novel category
from 2017. Best original graphic novel
of 2017 is The Witch Boy.
The Witch Boy
by Molly. I think it's Osterrig. Molly Knox Osterrig. So holy crap, this book is fantastic, and you're gonna notice a little bit an interesting thing.
Scholastic. How about that?
It's not published. I think it's published by Graphics Comics.
Yeah.
Who I've never heard of until this book. I followed her because I follow her webcomic Strong Female Protagonist, which is incredible and amazing, and another great feminist deconstruction of superheroing. But this is sponsored by Scholastic, so your kid can buy this in the Scholastic catalog, and I highly recommend they do. The story of this is about a boy named Aster, who's a part of a family of witches. Now, in this family, the women practice witchery and witchcraft and spells, and the men practice shape-changing, skin-walking, and, like, transforming your shape.
Okay.
The only thing about it is Aster is shit at it. Wait, hold on. Could you do a quick sponsored message?
This Fridays with Andrew, sponsored by...
Sorry, I gotta make a phone call.
The Uncanny X-Men, and X-Force Grizzly. Check him out.
Power Rangers. We got Power Rangers coming.
I don't want to talk about Power Rangers. I want to talk about comic books.
Cool. Hey, you're coming in?
Andrew's dad's coming in. Uh-oh.
We're doing... I gotta finish up my online thing.
All right, Andrew, finish. I told you had 2 minutes.
Great. I know. All right, I'll finish it. I'll just do one today, because we're going to sprinkle these in.
We will.
January
yes, we're going to sprinkle them in. So the Witch Boy. He's really bad at skinwalking or whatever, right?
He's not good at skinwalking.
Okay.
And he's really fascinated by witching.
Okay.
But they don't want him to practice witchery.
Because he's a boy.
Because he's a boy.
Okay.
And it's for girls. And the clear connotation is this is about someone struggling with some aspect of their identity.
Okay.
And there's a lot of great, like, maybe, if you have a child, this is great for someone who is a young person struggling with that, with maybe a sexual aspect or a gendered aspect or whatever.
Anything. Not fitting in, being different.
Yeah. Like liking bug collecting and no one else likes bug collecting. Genuinely. And it's also great because they don't paint the parents as bad or mean or, you know, racist or whatever.
Yeah.
They're genuinely trying to figure out their son, and also, like, raised in sort of a culture where they also genuinely think they don't want their son to do anything dangerous. So it's great in two ways. It's a legitimate emotional story, and it made me cry multiple times.
Oh,
It
Andrew.
took me 2 read-throughs to get through it.
Nice.
It's very, very good. It's very, very genuine. Her art is beautiful. It's very stylized, so that might not be people's thing. I think that this is absolutely, that's more spoiler territory, so I'll go more toward the beginning. But yeah, it's great. It's also very cool lore-wise. I'm really finishing up. There's like a nice little family tree. It shows all her siblings and her grandma and her parents and blah, blah, blah. It's a really cool universe that she's making, and it's a great book, and I highly recommend anyone going to it or giving it to a young person.
So, original graphic novel of 2017.
Best original graphic novel of 2017, The Witch Boy.
All right.
And I'll be back with more of these for Friday, by the way.
Okay, so Friday we're going to do another Fridays with Andrew and talk about a little bit more about that. I'm just going to switch it around
categories.
And bring it up. Yeah. And that is going to be it. Andrew, say goodbye.
Bye, guys.
See you guys on Friday.
Talk to us about our subscription service.
Yes, subscription service. I'm going to zoom in on that photo.
Yeah, all our new
books. Our
books.
subscription service, and we will see you guys Friday.
Bye.
Bye.